Welcome. Today we are going to explore the fascinating history of a fruit that divides the world. To some, it is an absolute delicacy, possessing a pulp, rich, custard-like texture and an intoxicatingly sweet flavor. To others, its smell is so overpowering that it has been famously banned from hotels, airports, and public transport across the globe. This is the durian, known across Southeast Asia simply as the king of fruits. But how did this spiky, pungent fruit emerge from the dense jungles of prehistoric Asia to become a multi-billion-dollar global commodity? Let us travel back in time. The story of the durian begins millions of years ago in the deep, tropical rainforests of the Malay archipelago, specifically on the islands of Borneo and Sumatra. Long before humans ever walked the earth, the wild ancestors of the durian tree thrived in these hot, humid environments. In the wild, the durian tree developed its signature traits for survival. The thick, armor-like spikes were not just for they protected the precious seeds inside from being eaten before they were fully ripe. But what about that famous smell? In the dense, dark jungle canopy, a fruit needs to advertise itself to animals to help scatter its seeds. The durian evolved its incredibly strong scent, a complex mix of over 50 volatile compounds, including sulfur, to attract large jungle animals. Elephants, tigers, rhinos, and orangutans would catch the scent from miles away, eat the fallen fruit, and disperse the seeds across the forest floor. For thousands of years, indigenous tribes living in the jungles of Southeast Asia foraged for wild durians. It was a vital source of energy, packed with healthy fats, carbohydrates, and vitamins. The name durian itself comes from the Old Malay and Indonesian word duri, which simply means thorn or spike, combined with the suffix literally translated. It means the thorny one. As human trade routes began to expand across the islands of Southeast Asia, the durian traveled with them. By the early centuries of the first millennium, the fruit had naturally spread or was planted by early farmers across the Malay Peninsula, southern Thailand, and parts of the Philippines and Cambodia. The outside world remained completely unaware of the durian until the age of exploration. The very first known written reference to the durian by a Westerner came from Niccolò de Conti, an Italian merchant who traveled to Southeast Asia in the 15th century. He wrote back to Europe describing a green fruit the size of a watermelon with an inside resembling roasted onions, but tasting surprisingly sweet. In the 16th century, the Portuguese physician Garcia de Orta described the fruit, and a century later, the British naturalist Alfred Russel Wallace gave one of the most famous descriptions in history. After tasting a durian in Borneo in the 1850s, Wallace wrote that eating it was a new sensation worth a voyage to the east to experience, comparing its flavor to a rich custard highly flavored with almonds. While the durian had always been beloved locally, it was mostly harvested from wild or semi-wild trees. But as the 20th century dawned, agriculture advanced. Farmers realized they did not just have to rely on wild jungle trees. They could graft and breed them to create specific flavor profiles, textures, and sizes. Thailand took the lead in this agricultural revolution. Thai farmers began selectively breeding durians to have more flesh, smaller seeds, and a slightly milder smell that could appeal to a wider audience. This led to the creation of the famous Monthong or golden pillow variety, which turned Thailand into the undisputed global powerhouse of durian exportation. Meanwhile, in Malaysia, a different approach was taken. Instead of breeding for mass production and milder flavors, Malaysian farmers focused on rich, intense, and complex tasting notes. They allowed the fruits to ripen and fall naturally from the tree, unlike in Thailand where they are cut from the branch. This dedication to craft eventually gave birth to legendary varieties like the Musang King, prized for its bright yellow flesh and perfect balance of sweet and bitter flavors. Today, the durian is no longer just a local Southeast Asian secret. It has become a symbol of culinary luxury and a booming international industry. Demand from China alone has turned the durian trade into a multi-billion-dollar market. Plantations are expanding, agricultural scientists are continuously studying the fruit's unique genetics. Yet, despite its commercial success, the durian remains unapologetically wild at heart. It is still covered in thorns. It still possesses that unmistakable, room-clearing aroma. It remains a fruit that demands your full attention. So the next time you crack open the thick, spiky shell of a durian and taste that rich, creamy flesh, remember, you are not just eating a fruit. You are tasting millions of years of jungle evolution and a rich cultural history that rightfully crowns it the true king of fruits.